All right, I'm talking about AI. So many updates. I actually had to make a list. Q4. I'm going to break down an Instagram profile. Um, Mildly harassed one of my customers. Hold on, I got to mute that. Um, New podcast episode, and then more Q4. So that is the ball game. That is the agenda. Um, I came on earlier in the week talking about our newest product that we have in beta right now that I'm like so fired up about because we at Art Storefronts, we've released new internal products, but we've not released an external product in a while. That's utterly, totally, and completely brand new. And I'm so fired up about this one. I cannot even begin to tell you. And this notion of AI, you guys, is like such a contentious topic for artists out there. And it's a contentious topic for artists and photographers out there because you guys are worried about AI created art and it taking over your jobs and anyone can create AI art now. None of that even matters. That is all just noise. But I found this quote, okay, which is going to tee up our new launch, which is called Art Helper AI. And I'm really, really excited about this. This is why we are creating Art Helper AI. And I found this on Twitter X, and it's funny. It works because it's someone talking about art, right? But the quote is, "I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing, not for AI to do my art and writing so that I can do my laundry and dishes." Well said to this gal, which is Joanna Majuska. I don't know, can't pronounce her last name. But this is what we're in the process of creating right now. And I don't know how many of you guys have attempted to use ChatGPT or Claude or X's Grok or any of the open models, but there are so many gains to be had for everyday artists and photographers to gain time back so that they can work on creating the art and marketing it rather than the nuts and bolts of the business. And so we're in the process of creating this app called Art Helper AI. And basically what it's doing is taking what's already out there to an extent and then attuning it to everything that you need to do for an art or photography business. So what you're going to be able to do in this thing, and by the way, if anyone wants early access to this, all you have to do is leave a comment on Instagram with the words AHA, 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 and I'll send you a message. You can get on the list. So what this app is going to do, and I think we're probably maybe a month and a half away from having like the first beta testers in there. You're going to be able to upload your artwork. Okay. The artwork is going to be scanned and it is going to write an image description for you. It is going to write an image title for you. Okay. And it is going to give you that in bulk. So for some of you guys that are photographers that have thousands of images, okay, you can upload all of them and it will churn through all of them. And that's really cool. And ChatGPT does a good job of this. Claude does a good job of this. There's already AIs that do a good job of this. How is ours going to be different? One, we're going to be able to program this thing with all of the data that we have from what the best selling image art descriptions are, both in terms of length and in terms of title. And what I love about this is like, it's really hard to describe your art and give your art and title when you're starting from a blank page. Okay. This thing will give you text examples of what you can use, okay, to title your art and give it a description with the knowledge that we have. So we'll include there any details about canvas, any details about metal, any details about acrylic or about wood or about the DPI, any of the printing nomenclature in there. And then if you want to run with that, you run with that. If you want to edit that, you can edit that. But where ours is going to get super interesting is you're going to be able to log into it, okay? And it's going to know your voice. It's going to know the way that you like to talk about things. It's going to help generate your artist statement. I'm working on a part where you put in your artist statement, it scans your work, and it comes up with an Instagram profile message. So it will be your Instagram profile bio. It could be your Facebook bio. And we're going to keep building into this thing so it has more and more and more cool things that it will do so that you guys can spend less time on the admin nonsense of an art or photography business and instead spend that time creating and getting better. So just leave me a comment on this thing with the word aha, and excuse me, and I will send you a DM and you can get on the early list. And then also I'll send you a link to the landing page and you can watch the demo video. Watch the demo video. I'll send it to your Instagram DM. This thing is awesome. Okay. It is awesome. And I'll also be emailing all of you because I want suggestions for what we can put into this. We have this killer new programmer on staff at Art Storefronts, and this guy is like, I don't even know where we found this guy. Okay. He is such a wizard. So I feel like we're really going to be able to make a dent in how you guys do your marketing. And long term, our vision for the product, just so you guys know, yes, it will help you write social media updates. Yes, it's going to help you guys build Instagram carousels. Okay, which I'm really, really, really curious about. And then we're just going to keep building into it and building into it and building into it. It will give you scripts. I don't even want to overhype it. I want all of you guys on this list, because if you get on the list, if you're a customer, you don't necessarily need to get on the list, because obviously we're going to tell you about it internally. But even if you're not, it doesn't matter if you're not. We want everyone testing it. We want everyone giving us feedback, and we want this thing like really, 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 going to great lengths. We're probably going to integrate it with email eventually. There's no running away from this AI revolution that's coming. It's just coming in. There's nothing that we can do about it. So we're getting in front of it. Okay. Quickly, I'm going to answer Andy Marshall's question. Yes, Andy, the print on demand does work in Australia, but obviously right now it's too far. We are working on getting a vendor out there, but we do have a bunch of Australian companies. The long-term goal, just so you guys know, is like we're contemplating getting printers to cover Australia, New Zealand. We're contemplating getting a printer in Europe to cover Europe. There's weird import, export, this, that, and the other scenarios. But, most of the time with Europe, you get like just one of the central countries that takes care of most of it. So we are looking to add all of that, Andy. And it's coming soon. It's definitely on the list. Next, I'm going to go through my updates in a smattering of ways. This week I had a bunch of sessions with my customers, and inevitably at this time of year, because Q4 is coming. For those of you guys that don't know, Q4 is the biggest art selling time of the year. It's not even close. Nothing comes even close in comparison. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the run up to those events, and then Christmas. More art is going to be sold in that period of time for most people than all the rest of the times of the year. Like Western culture is just trained to spend money. And so artists and photographers need to make sure that their marketing messages are in the water. People know you exist and know you have art for sale, right? And as we run up to Q4, like, guys, you have to be taking shots. If you've never made an Instagram reel, you need to make an Instagram reel. If you've not posted, you need to post. If you've not built an email list, you need to start building an email list. You need to email them. Failure is on the right, okay? On the left is the number of shots you take. I always love doing archery when I use this example, but you got to be firing at the target. You got to be firing at the target right now. I'm going to be coming with a ton of content on here and everywhere else to continue to motivate you guys, inspire you guys to get your Instagram profiles prepared, to start marketing on Facebook, to start building an email list, because the season of seasons is coming. Very, very important. While we're on that note, she's probably going to kill me for doing this, but how are we going to find her? I searched her earlier. Hold on. Where is her? I was talking to Hava. Many of you guys know Hava. She's one of our customers, but I was lighting her up for her Instagram profile, and I imagine that her Instagram profile looks like a bunch of your Instagram profiles. Okay, guys, art sales are 50-50. They are 50%. Okay, 50% your art, and they are 50% the artist. Who are you? What do you do in your spare time? What do you like? What are you interested in? What are your interests, such that I might get bonded with you? Okay. And if I look at Hava's profile and I scroll down, and I've already been harassing her, and so I can see she's already posted something here. You have to ask yourself, and let me just show you. So if I scroll down Hava's profile here, okay, we are all greeted with the beautiful color. We are all greeted with the beautiful artwork. The beautiful artwork and the items for sale is absolutely everywhere. Does anyone know, looking at this profile, what Hava likes to do in her spare time? Because I do not, and that is a problem. Your profile cannot just be all about art. Okay. It can't just be all about art, and really the relationship. And by the way, I'm lighting Hava up. She's got 25,000 followers on Instagram. So obviously she's doing something correctly, but there needs to be stuff on your profile. If you were in a conversation, if you and I, it's Friday afternoon, it's roasting hot in Southern California, my air condition broke, so I'm going to the local bar, and I sit down at a bar seat next to you, and we strike up a conversation. If I was talking to you and you just said art, 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 I'm like, yeah, what do you do? Art, 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 art. Well, do you have a family? Art, 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 art. Do you have any pets? Art, art, art. No, no one wants to see that all the time. You have to give people a window into your world. Okay. An art sale, better still, an art relationship, i.e., a collector that keeps coming back to the well again and again and again, is built up no differently than a relationship. You have to show a little bit of a window into your world, who you are, what makes you tick, what your passions are, what you do. And I don't care how weird or how esoteric or how boring you think your life is. Okay. We as human beings get bonded with other human beings based on shared interests. Okay. If you don't let me know what your shared interests are, you're saying the only chance I have to get bonded to you, to get interested in what you're creating, is just your art. Okay. And I don't like those odds. Those odds are not as good, right? You have to show a little variety. So I pick on Holly here, and she knows about this already. I already called her out on it. And I'm like, Hava, what did you do this last week? What did you do this last month? Did you go on vacation? Did you get a new car? She did get a new car, by the way. It was really cool. She sent me a picture. Did you do anything? Did you go to the movies? Did you hang out with someone? Did you go on a date? Do you like dogs? Do you like cats? Do you do anything on the weekend? Or is it just art, 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 art? Now, Hava does a great job of putting her smiling face in her profile all over the place, so you know what she looks like and you get to understand her personality. But all I see is art, 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 art. What else is going on in your world, right? So you guys got to show some stuff like that. Why I'm on this rant, if you guys, a new thing that we're doing, you see the social media updates from us, you see the ads all the time, you see that we don't publish pricing on our website. We're working on that. And you're like, oh, is this a scam? Who are these yahoos? If you want to talk to a customer and not to a salesperson or not to me or anyone else, all you have to do is leave a comment on this thing with the words chat, and we're now connecting you guys with customers. You can look at their Instagram, look at their Facebook, send them a direct message. So all you have to do is leave the comment with the word chat, and I will connect you via Instagram DM to customers, and I'm adding more and more customers as it goes. I would way rather you guys talk to customers and ask all the questions. What was the first month? What was the first year? How well have things done for you? What can I expect? Was it a good move? Do these guys have any idea what they're talking about? And Andy, I'll even connect you. Just send Andy, you send me a message in the DM and say, connect me with John, because we've got a customer that's been with us forever in Australia. Yeah, you'd be blown away. He's in New South Wales. I can't remember the town, but anyway, his name is John Lechner. I'll connect you with him. But you can go in there, pick one, chat with them. I will connect you right into their Instagram DMs, and you can ask them any questions you want. Okay. And I'm going to continue adding more and more customers to that. So again, just the word chat, boom, you're in there. You can talk to them at any point in time you want. It's better when you talk to an actual person, because artists and photographers are routinely used to getting screwed over on various different services and various different things. Azalea, I love that. I'm going to definitely put you down. Taken advantage of, right? And then us with no pricing on the website, which again, I hate. I wish we did put pricing on the website. You're like, I just don't know if I can trust these people. I mean, I get more negative comments on Reddit, by the way, because I monitor all of this, from people that have never even signed up than we do actually customers. And they're like, this is a scam. These guys suck. They don't know what they're doing. It's like, okay, fine. Just go talk to customers. Don't even talk to us. Like, you don't have to. If you want to talk to a customer, you can talk to a customer. So anyway, for those that are watching later, just chat and you're in there. What else did I have on my list? I can't even remember. So many updates. Newest podcast is out, by the way. Okay. Killer interview. So it's with photographer Derek Emge. Oh, I realized that we left out an E on his doggone it on the thumbnail. I'm so bad at details, you guys. Anyway, lawyer, okay, retired, wanted to be a photographer, started doing the service photographer business, and then he's been at it for a couple of years now, and he's really starting to crank. He's getting big art installations. The fine art merch portion of his business is starting to do better now than the service-based portion of his business, and really has like an interesting strategy. So again, the whole idea with the podcast, and by the way, it's on Spotify, it's on iTunes, it's called the Art Marketing Podcast. It's YouTube is the best because you can watch the videos. But a really, really cool story. I've been working like overtime on bringing these stories of like just everyday artists, right? And we have a whole bunch. Like, you know, Derek's is insane. Like, you got to go listen to this story, and like, don't just listen to the story, go and follow him, right? Like Derek made the last time I checked in on his sales, like in a short period, and he's like really vocal on what he's done in terms of sales and such. He sold like 265 things between merch and originals, limited editions, and everything in between in his second year. And he's got like 5,000 followers on Instagram. He doesn't even have a huge following, you guys, but he's absolutely crushing it. Another one, okay, that I'm blown away by, and let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, it's in live. So this one, you guys gotta go here. How can I find it? Is it? Doggone it, I can't even find it in my own live section. That's so weird. Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to go to the channel. Anyway, we have a gal, and her name's Betsy, and she is. How am I going to be able to find this? Oh, doggone it! It's a little bit hard, you guys, sometimes when you have to. How do I get to the actual channel? Let me just see if I can do this because I really want to show you the thumbnail. I think I'll be able to do this. There we go. You got to go watch this. You got to go watch this artist. It's not going to let me show the close up, but it's entitled Artist Betsy May. This gal is junior at the University of Miami. Okay, and so junior at the University of Miami, and she's killing it while being in school full time, selling to tweenies, and tweenies are like, you know, and so what is she? She's 20, but she's selling to gals that are like 8 to like 14 years old or something like that, 8 to 12 years old, which in terms of purchasing power is like one of the most, what is the right word? They spend the most money. And obviously it's their parents spending the most money, but has an absolutely fascinating business. And so continuing to bring you stories on there from artists of like every walk of life, every age demographic, everything, huge success, little success, just getting started, in between, on the grind, to just say there's not any one way to go. They all have sort of different stories and different ways of going about it. And some of them own galleries, and some of them have huge social followings, and some of them don't. Like, the more stories I feel like we release in that capacity, you know, the more you guys see that like there's not one way to do this. You pick up as many tips as you can, you work consistently on your marketing, and you do what works for you in your niche the way that you want to do it. Like in the past, when we weren't releasing a bunch of these, you know, we selfishly would like come out with our most successful customers, the ones that are absolutely killing it. And then everyone would like glom on to that particular person's techniques and saying like, I'm going to copy what they're doing. And it's like, no, everyone has a different path to take to get there. Some want to do in-person events. Some people don't want to do in-person events at all. Some people have a huge niche. Some people have a targeted niche. It doesn't matter how you get there. But I feel like the more success stories that you hear, the more real stories. Are you in year 1, year 2, year 3, and you're suffering? You're posting on Instagram all the time, on YouTube, on Facebook, and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere? Turns out that's normal. You need to hear that from people that went on that same journey and got hung up and did that exact same thing, right? So that's sort of the idea, the impotence behind this whole thing. But if you watch it on YouTube, just search Art Marketing Podcast on YouTube and you can see it. We've got these like snazzy new neon logos, which just lets me know how old I am, because this was in vogue when I was a kid in the 80s. It's coming back though. Neon's making a comeback. So that's it. You can find it on YouTube. I highly recommend you subscribe on YouTube because it's way better to see it on video. But every single solitary time, I am putting their website handle, I'm putting their Instagram account, and in the show notes, like in the description on YouTube. So click in there, send them a message if you like, if they're in your niche, or if you want to learn more from them, because they're all just super, super cool with everything that they do. So I'm trying to think what else I had on my list. Let's turn it into a long rant. Any questions you have before we wrap it up, fire them in. I will do it. I will quickly go over things again. For anyone interested in the Art Helper AI, again, leave the comment AHA. I'm telling you, this thing's going to be awesome. I'm going to be hyping it up nonstop. And then as soon as I have the demo to play with, I'll start doing screen shares. And you guys are all going to be like, oh my God, I'm signing up for this thing. It just works too well. It just works incredibly well. Because again, the more free time we give you guys back, the more time you have to create and the more time you have to market. And obviously, all I want you to do is market because I'm the marketing guy. To all hammers, everything looks like a nail. Also, for anyone that wants to talk to a customer, you can just leave the comment in their chat. I'm going to constantly be updating that, and I'm going to connect you right into their Instagram DMs where you can email them. I have options in there for you. And talk to a customer. See how they're doing. See what their journey's been like. See if they're kicking butt or if they're struggling or anything in between. Lastly, guys, Q4 is indeed coming. So get ready for the absolute blitz. We're going to be emailing you about Q4. We're going to be nonstop broadcasting on here and all the various different socials that we're on now, Twitter, X, LinkedIn, Facebook, talking about Q4, getting you fired up for Q4, making you realize summer, the party is over. Now is the time to focus and get buckled in so that you guys are ready. I mean, this thing starts hitting in October. And in October, already money is being spent. The fervor is on. Then Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the biggest e-commerce holidays in the entire United States by some margin. Then the run up to Christmas. So extremely, extremely exciting time. One final thing that I'm going to do is I forgot to mention on this Instagram account, I am going to start an Instagram broadcast channel. I'm literally, as soon as we hang up here, I'm going to go start the thing. And if you're not subscribed to any Instagram broadcast channels, it's kind of like email on Instagram, except it's like email on Instagram, quite frankly. But I can give you like little options and like little different ways to go in there. I'm toying around with names, okay? And you know, I kind of like Lens and Canvas. I thought about Lens and Canvas, but I also might call it You Can't Miss This. I don't know. If you have any opinions on that, let me know. But the idea is that I'm not going to treat it like email. I am literally only going to send on this broadcast channel the absolute best content we put out. No links, no calls to action, no nonsense, no, just the straight hits. Probably going to be a little encouragement. The majority tactical marketing stuff, because that's what we do. We want you guys marketing better and smarter and faster and harder. Q4 motivation. I'll probably just send a broadcast once a week, somewhere in that cadence, somewhere around there. So look for that. That'll be on the Instagram profile. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. Everybody have an absolutely wonderful weekend. Appreciate all of your attention, and do something fun this weekend and then post it to Instagram. Not just about your art. Ask yourself, okay, when you're posting something, and absolutely just ship it. Ask yourself when you're posting something, at least once or twice a week, what is something that I can post? And this is the same for Instagram, Facebook, and everything else. What is something that I can post that has absolutely nothing to do with my art, my identity as an artist? Post that. Post something fun you did. Give me a little window into your world and what makes you tick, what makes you, what makes you interesting. And I promise you, people are going to get bonded to you. You're going to get more followers. You're going to get more engagement as a result of that, and things will just work themselves out from there. So have a great weekend, everybody. Back at it on Monday. See you then.